Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Vrajajanandana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Hare Krishna. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथां वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंच कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Very happy and grateful to be with all of you here today. How many of you all here are working? Can put up your hands. And how many of you all here are students? Put up your hands. Okay. So today I am going to be speaking on this topic: 5 pillars to great habits. So, what I'm going to speak today, it will directly impact your lives for the rest of your lives. So, there are some things that I'm going to share with you all, which are very important for all of you to know. And if you don't know these things that I'm going to share with you all today, much later in your life, you will repent. Wish somebody had told you all this. So you are really fortunate that in your teens and in your 20s you are hearing this. And if you follow the things that I'm going to share with you all today, it will lead to a lot of success. It will lead to a lot of achievements in your life. Okay? Ready to hear? So, in essence, I'm going to tell you all 5 very simple principles of life. Each of them is called the quotient of life. I'll begin with something known as the physical quotient. The body is a temple. It's a very powerful machine. All of us have this body, but not everyone knows how to use this body in the best possible way. So I'm going to give you a very simple tip that will help you utilize this physical quotient in the best possible way. And what I tell you, probably nobody will tell you in your entire life. But it's very important to hear. Okay? A lot of people, when we talk about physical quotient, they think physical quotient is connected with exercise. Very important. Exercise is important, you should do it. A lot of people think physical quotient is connected with diet. So get your diet in place is very important. You should do it. But a very important aspect of physical quotient is sleep. Unfortunately, most people today don't have good quality sleep at night. How many of you all here get good quality sleep at night? Put up your hand. See? That's the proof. How many of you all here don't get good quality sleep at night? Put up your hand. That's the reality of life. And I'm going to tell you some shocking things today. And whatever I'm going to tell you is based on science. Okay? This is what our scriptures have been telling. But I'm going to tell you based on science so that you understand scientifically and logically. Okay? So there has been a lot of research done on sleep in the recent past. If somebody wants to go deeper and understand the subject even better, there is a book called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. You can go and read it. But I'm telling you the essence of that book in the next 5-10 minutes. So in this book, they did research on sleep of human beings. And they found out that there are 2 factors that influence sleep a lot. These are 2 factors that decide whether you will get good quality sleep or not. One is called the circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is a 24-hour body clock that all of us have. There are some people who get up exactly same time every day, even without an alarm clock. I'm sure you must have seen, right? And some of you all also may have that. So it's called a body clock. And exactly same time you feel sleepy every day. You know? So there's a body clock that works. It's called the circadian rhythm. And then there's a second thing called as sleep pressure. Sleep pressure is built by a chemical called adenosine, which is released in the brain. The moment you get up in the morning, this adenosine chemical starts getting released in the brain, moment by moment. Okay? Till it reaches a particular point where you feel unbearable pressure to sleep. I'm sure all of you have felt that, right? Unbearable pressure. You have to sleep now only. That's called sleep pressure. And that gets built over a period of time, over the whole day, little by little by little by little. But human beings have become very expert in stopping this adenosine from being released by taking some chemicals into the system. The most common chemical that people use to stop adenosine, to pause adenosine, is caffeine. Tea, coffee. The moment you drink 1 cup of tea or coffee, you know what happens? The adenosine gets paused for the next 5 to 6 hours. So you drink 1 cup of coffee at 8 o'clock in the night. Next 5 hours till 12, 1, pause. Naturally you won't get sleep. How will you get sleep? Most people don't even understand that this is the effect of adenosine. So the more you take this chemical, which we think it is a health drink, which we think it is a, what do you call it? It's for Indians, chai and coffee is like drinking water, isn't it? Instead of drinking water, they drink tea and coffee. Most people, without understanding how it plays around in the system. And the most amazing thing is that if the sleep pressure builds, you will get natural sleep. But if the sleep pressure is messed around with, you will not get natural sleep. And the second thing that messes with your sleep pressure is the mobile phone, the radiations that come out from the phone. The blue rays that come out from your phone makes your brain believe it is morning. So the brain is going through a regular the 24-hour cycle, right? Suddenly it is getting new signals that it is morning in the middle of the night. 11 o'clock in the night, you are sitting with your phone and suddenly the brain is thinking it is morning. It gets completely confused. and naturally doesn't get sleep. Most youngsters today have insomnia. Most youngsters today have some form of depression. Most youngsters today, they are not able to concentrate. You can ask yourself, 5 years back, before the smartphones ruled our life, how was your concentration level? And today, how is your concentration level? Big difference, isn't it? Most youngsters today can't even read one page of a book. Mind keeps jumping from here to there. You're reading a book, mind is thinking of something else. You're playing a game, the mind is thinking about this whole jumping thing. Mind keeps jumping. In technical language, it's called popcorn brain. It's called popcorn brain. It's a technical word used for it. Most of our brains have become popcorn brains. You know what is popcorn brain? You've seen popcorns being made, tuck. It bursts, right? That's what popcorn brain is. Popcorn brain can't concentrate on one thing for a long period of time. 10 years back, people could read one book at a stretch. Now, I can challenge any of you to read one book at a stretch till you finish it. Impossible. There was a point in time when I could read for 20 hours constantly. Today, I can't read even for 1 hour constantly. Because that's what the phones do to our brains. So now all of us have phones, we can't help it. But we need to find ways in which we can regulate the use of phones, especially in the night time, so that the quality of our sleep is not compromised. Now I'm going to tell you something even more shocking. There is something called micro sleep. I don't know if you understand what micro sleep. I'll explain what it is. Micro sleep means you are doing your normal activity. Like right now you're sitting in a lecture, okay? You're hearing me, hopefully. Or you could be driving a car, you could be riding a bike, you could be, talking on the phone to someone. Right in the middle of an activity, the body shuts down for 1 second. It shuts down involuntarily. And it just happens for 1 or 2 seconds. And those 1 or 2 seconds, you don't even know what happened. Have anybody experienced micro sleep? Put up your hands. Put up your hand. So many of you have experienced micro sleep, right? The number one cause of deaths, much more than drink and drive, is micro sleep. 120 million accidents happen every year due to micro sleep. Everywhere you see advertisements, right? Don't drink and drive. You've seen advertisement, right? Have you ever seen an advertisement that said sleep properly before driving? Never. More deaths and more accidents are happening because of micro sleep. The loss for companies due to employees not sleeping properly is to the tune of $15 million a year. Just the loss of people not sleeping enough. How? Because when you don't sleep enough, you're not creative. You don't get good ideas. You can't focus on your work. You fight with people. You have bad relationships in organizations. So many causes, so many issues that come because of lack of sleep. Now tell me, is sleep important or not? It is, right? But how much do we take sleep seriously? Most people, they think if they sleep less, they are heroes. And they show off also. I slept only 3 hours a day. And in companies, it is almost like a thing that I worked till 12 o'clock in the night yesterday. And they very proudly tell about it. It is not something to be proud of. It is a very stupid thing to do. And I'll tell you even more something more shocking. According to science, one night, if you lose sleep, one night, New Year night, 31st night, everybody is awake all night, right? One night loss of sleep takes the body 1 year to recover. Now you tell me how many nights you have not slept in the year. You will not recover only for the rest of your life, literally. The body needs sleep. So please take sleep seriously. Ideal time to sleep is something which Ayurveda prescribes. I'll explain to you what Ayurveda recommends. You decide. I'm going to tell you the recommendation. And obviously, I'm not going to monitor you or force you. You have to decide how much you want to follow this recommendation. According to Ayurveda, 9 to 12 night, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. sleep. 1 hour of sleep is equivalent to 2 hours of rest. So if you sleep for 1 hour, you get rest for 2 hours, equivalent. So it means 9 to 12, 3 hours means you got the body has got rest of 6 hours. 12 to 3, 1 hour of sleep is equal to 1 hour of rest. So 12 to 3 hours you slept, you get rest of 3 hours. 3 to 6, 1 hour of sleep is equal to half an hour of rest. So 3 to 6, if you sleep in the morning, you get 1.5 hours of rest. 6 onwards, whatever you sleep, you don't get any rest. It's not counted as rest. So now you decide what time you go to sleep at night and how much actually rest you're getting. The body needs 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. Unfortunately, most people play around with the body too much. When you're young, you can still do it, but it will start affecting you as you get older. Okay? So this is the first advice to all of you, PQ. The second advice to all of you all is something very important. It's called emotional quotient. So the first one I spoke about is physical quotient. Now I want to speak to you about emotional quotient. And I'm going to tell you something very, very shocking. Talent is not as important as your attitude. Your intellectual quotient is not as important as your emotional quotient. And I'll explain what this means. Most of us have very good development of IQ, because that's the way the education system works. If you pass through schools and colleges, your IQ level improves, basically. Your intellectual quotient improves. But no school and college focuses on developing emotional quotient. And therefore, so many youngsters who pass out from schools and colleges and get into really high quality jobs, they are total mess. I deal with students from IIMs, IITs, from IYSG, and so many of these really big, these schools. And I'll tell you my personal experience. A lot of these guys, they have very high IQ levels. I mean, I'm talking about kids who have under 20 rank in GATE. If you imagine, if you have GATE rank below 20, what must be your IQ level? These are the kind of kids that I'm talking about, and I'm dealing with them all the time. They get the best of jobs. After they get into their jobs, their struggle begins. You know what their struggle is? They cannot get along with anybody else. They tell their boss, you give me a project where I am alone. I don't want anybody in my team. They can't handle pressure. They can't handle stress. They break down completely. So basically they have spent all their life developing their IQ, but they have not spent any time developing their EQ. So because of which they are very, very smart intellectually, but very underdeveloped emotionally. I'm going to give you an example. Just to help you understand how emotion is so important. When I'm talking about emotional quotient, I'm talking about your ability to connect with human beings. There was once a survey done in one city in US, not a city, actually it was one street. I'll tell you the background of this story. One fellow from Italy shifted to US, to one particular city, and he started living in that small town. He loved that place. He got a good job, he's getting good pay. So he called one more friend of his from Italy to shift to that particular place. So the guy shifted, he also got a job, he also started staying, he loved it. Like this, they called one by one, In a matter of a few years, hundreds of people from Italy have shifted to this particular location in US. And one entire street of that town practically was filled with only Italians. Full street. Every single person from the same village in Italy. All the shops in that particular street were Italian shops. They were selling Italian food. All the billboards, all the nameplates, everything in Italian language. That's not the shocking thing. But I'll tell you what is the shocking thing. This continued for over about 5 decades, 50, 60 years. Hundreds of people migrated and they all settled down in this place. America did a survey and they found out the only town in the entire country which has 0 heart attack, 0, not 1, 0 was this particular street. No one got a heart disease, no one got heart attack, no angioplasty, absolutely no heart diseases. Now they got the shock of their lives. Same country, same city also, but one street, nobody, history of heart attacks. Now it became very interesting. They wanted to find out how come nobody in this street is getting heart attack only. They did a massive survey to figure out why nobody is getting heart attack over here. They first found out whether people over here are smoking and drinking. And they found out so many people are smoking and drinking. Then they thought maybe people here exercise a lot. Then they found out a lot of people don't exercise only. Then they found out maybe people here don't eat any junk food. Then they found out half the people are eating junk food over there. So literally every single parameter that they could think about which causes heart attack indirectly, directly, they found out all ruled out. And they figured out that these guys' habits are exactly like regular Americans. No difference. Stress levels, lifestyle, everything similar. Nothing different. So they were puzzled. They didn't know what could be the cause of nobody in the street getting heart attacks. And after a lot of study, what they found out was the cause? The only cause, the only difference between these people and the rest of America was in the street. Every single person knew each other. Every single person knew each other. That means they had a massive community where they could connect with one another. And they found out this one single factor reduced heart attacks like anything. What does it show? It shows that emotions are very important for human survival. The more you are able to connect with other human beings, the better is your chance of survival. The longer will you live. Now, this doesn't count for connecting with human beings on phone. This doesn't count for chatting with human beings. This doesn't count for, FaceTiming or video calls with human beings. No. This talks about a community where people know each other, support each other, help each other, connect with each other. They speak the same language. They connect. They have the similar habits. There's a lot of love and bonding. Imagine everybody in the street, everyone knows each other. What an amazing thing, isn't it? That is what is called emotional quotient. So now, what you all need to really do in your life, do whatever you need to do to get your degrees. Do whatever you need to do to upgrade yourself intellectually. But along with that, spend time developing genuine human connections. spend time developing genuine human relationships. Why do we have these Prerna festivals? We're giving you a chance to be a part of a community. We're giving you a chance to be a part of a group of people that think similar. Now imagine if all of you sitting here, 50 boys, if you all know each other, will you ever be in a position in life, in a situation in life where you feel lonely, where you feel you don't have support, where you feel you don't have friends? Never. The problem is with most of us, we don't invest time in developing our emotional relationships. We don't invest time in developing our emotional quotient. And it is so very important. And I'll tell you another thing which will help you understand this. So I spoke to you all about emotional quotient. Now I'm going to speak to you about intellectual quotient. And I'm going to talk to you all about how the two are interconnected with each other. There was once a survey done in about 300-400 people were a part of the survey. And the survey was the longest survey in human history. It's almost a 25-30-year-old long survey. Okay? And you know what they did? They found out 300 to 400 people who had IQ level above 150. You know what is the average IQ level in the world? 90. Roughly, normally, most people's IQ levels are between 70 to 80. If you're really good, you are 90. These people had IQ level 150, 200. Now imagine somebody at an IQ level of 200. That guy must be a genius, isn't it? The most brilliant people in the world, 300 to 400 of them they found. And these people followed their life for 25 years to find out how successful these people are. Now tell me, if your IQ level is say 70 or 80 or 90 today, okay? And with 90 IQ level, you are able to achieve a certain level of success, okay? What if tomorrow morning your IQ level reaches 200 suddenly? I mean, what all you can achieve, isn't it? How much you will be able to understand things, isn't it? People want IQ level to be very high. These are guys who had IQ level 150 to 200. You know what the survey found out? Not all of them were successful. In fact, half of them did not even get basic success in life. How come one fellow with IQ level 150 to 200 were not successful at all? Have any of you come across such people who are genius but not at all successful? Has anyone come across such people? You've seen, right? Such people like that? Right? I mean, I myself know some people, brilliant, super brilliant guys, but not at all successful in life. You know why? The surveyors did a solid survey to find out. And what kind of survey? They were living in their house for 20 years. Some of them were living in their house. Imagine what kind of survey this is. The longest survey in history of human beings. 25 years following one fellow. And the survey result was shocking. You know what they found out? The cause of people whose IQ levels are 150 and 200, why they are not successful? Simply because they did not have parents who loved them and who cared for them. That's all. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that. One guy had IQ level of 150, but he didn't even manage to pass out from college. He was working in a basic job, hardly able to make it much. They found out the cause of this fellow not being able to be successful is simply one very simple factor. His father died when he was very small. His mother raised him up. But his mother was not able to make ends meet. So this boy, he always got scared to go and talk to some authority figure. Because he didn't have the comfort of having a father, an authority figure in his life, who could tell him what to do or what not to do. and we could guide him properly. He just didn't have that. And his mother was, too busy just making ends meet. So he had to go to school, and his mother didn't pay the fee on time. The school authorities asked him, "Where is your fee?" And he couldn't answer. He couldn't say, "I need some more time." And because of that, he was expelled from school. I mean, I'm sure all of us have gone through some situations like that, right? Where we had to just open a mouth and say sorry. Open your mouth and just say, "I need time." But a lot of people are not able to say that simply because they don't know how to say that. On the other hand, there was a young boy who was going to meet a principal along with his mother in a car. And the surveyor was sitting in the back. The mother and the son, they are discussing with each other what we are going to talk to the principal. The mother asks, "If the principal asks you this question, what will you say?" And the boy says, "I'll say this." The mother says, "No, this is not how you should reply. You should reply like this." And then the mother and son reach the principal's cabin. The principal asks question. This boy is confidently answering, and he gets what he wants. Simple. A little bit of training, a little bit of love and direction, it solves so many problems. But unfortunately, a lot of people are born in broken families. A lot of people are born in families where they don't have love and affection. They don't receive the kind of direction and affection. One of the reasons we have created a youth forum is to guide youngsters who need direction in life. Across the world, ISKCON has been doing thousands and thousands of lectures like this for youngsters in some of the most prestigious colleges and universities in the world. Why? Because there is something that is missing in the system, the school and college system. There is something missing in the education system. And what is that missing element in the education system? The missing element is empathy and guidance. And therefore, we are here for all of you. If anybody needs direction, if anybody needs support, if anybody needs love and affection, if anybody needs any kind of care, you are free to ask us for any kind of support you want. And if it is within our capacity, we will do it for you. So, we cannot replace your parents, but we can support you as much as your parents support you. That's our promise to you all. And that's, you can take it as guaranteed from our side. You come and ask any of the devotees here for help in any aspect of your life, they will not say no. And that's the most amazing thing about a community support. And no matter what your background is, no matter what your language is, no matter what your caste and creed is, no matter what your education level is, no matter how rich you are or how poor you are, no matter if you are beautiful or not beautiful, it doesn't matter. What matters is that, are you sincere? If you are sincere, we are there for you. And that is what IQ and EQ is about. Your schools and colleges will give you a lot of IQ. But that IQ is not going to be enough for you to be successful in life. You will fall short. There are so many people who have high IQ levels, but they are not successful because along with IQ, you need EQ also. And for EQ, you need a community. You need guidance. You need love and support. You need a system that helps you care. So please consider ISKCON as that support system for you. Along with your parents, along with your family, we are also there for you. The next thing I would like to share with you all is something about FQ. FQ means financial quotient. And I'm going to share with you all a very interesting discussion between Lakshmi Devi and Rukmini in the Mahabharata. Now, if somebody has to give you tips on finance, who better than Lakshmi Devi? Right? Now, imagine Lakshmi is giving you tips on finance. Can you get better tips than this? And here's a discussion between Rukmini and Lakshmi, where Rukmini is asking Lakshmi how to earn more money. Can you please tell? And Lakshmi is giving tips on how someone can earn more and become financially independent. You all want to hear what Lakshmi Devi says? Her financial tips. So here are 3 tips that Lakshmi Devi gives to Rukmini. The first thing she says is, if anybody wants to earn a lot of money, The first thing is they have to stop being lazy. If somebody thinks you'll sleep and earn money, sorry, it's not going to happen. The first thing Lakshmi Devi says is work hard. If anyone works hard, if anyone gives up inertia and laziness, money will come. The second thing Lakshmi Devi says, so first thing she says, be dynamic. Be as dynamic as possible. Second thing she says is, take risks in life. Risk means it's not uncalculated risks. Take calculated risks. The more risks you take, the more you'll earn. A lot of people don't want to take any risk in life. They want to play it completely safe. You can't earn money if you just sit at home and say, I don't want to take any risk in life. Not possible. You have to take some risks. But take calculated risks. Take risks with guidance. Do something dynamic. And that is when you will earn more money. The third thing Lakshmi Devi says, very important. She says, anyone who wants to earn more money should be situated in their competencies. What is the meaning of situated in their competencies? It means do what you're good at. Don't try to do what somebody else is doing. Today, in the world of reels, everybody is doing what others are doing. That's not how you earn money. You find out what is your strength first. If your strength is in a particular domain, that is where you will earn money. If your strength and skill are of a particular type, do that. Don't try to imitate somebody else. The more you try to imitate other people, more frustrated you will be. First find out what your competencies are. आप देखो आप किसमें अच्छे हो. ऐसा नहीं कि किसी को देख लिया और मुझे वो करना है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. That's not how money should be earned. First find out what your strengths are. There are so many ways to find out what is your competencies. There are so many tests nowadays. There are so many people who can give guidance on what you should be choosing as a career path. Get that clear first. Most importantly, whatever you do, you should be happy doing it. Don't be miserable in a particular task, a particular job. You will not be able to sustain it. Okay? And the fourth, very, very interesting thing Lakshmi Devi tells Rukmini is, I am chanchal when I am alone. But the moment I am with Narayana, I become very stable. So she says, anybody who worships only Lakshmi without Narayan will not be able to hold Lakshmi. Lakshmi will run away from their lives. So now, what is the meaning of worshipping Lakshmi with Narayan? Narayan stands for principles. Narayan stands for dharma. Narayan stands for the truth. So that means whenever you want to earn money with integrity, based on higher principles. There are many ways to earn money, but a lot of people earn money by the wrong ways. Especially you are in Goa. I don't even have to tell you how many wrong ways can be there to earn money here, isn't it? First find what is a dharmic way of earning money. And when you earn money using dharma as a base, that money will stay in your life. So the principle of life should be earn with integrity, spend with compassion. Earn as much as you can with integrity, with following the dharmic principles, and give as much as you can. The most amazing thing is when you give money, when you give charity, you earn more. A lot of people think that if I don't give, if I hold it with myself, money will grow. No, never happens. When you give more, you will get more, basically. That's the principle of dharma that earns more money. So these are the four very important principles, which I'll just repeat it. First one, money. Laziness. Give up laziness. Second one, hard work is first one. Take risks, calculated risks. Third one, what you are good at, first find out. Take up jobs or take up, roles which are in according to your competencies. And the fourth one, stand by the principle of dharma. Have Narayan, follow the principle of Narayan and Lakshmi together. Okay? And finally, the fifth quotient that I would like to speak to you all about is spiritual quotient. What is the meaning of spiritual quotient? So to help you understand what spiritual quotient is, let me tell you a story. There was a eagle that was flying in the air. And somehow, while this eagle was in the flight, she dropped an egg. The egg fell all the way from the sky and it fell on a haystack. The egg rolled over, it didn't break. And it fell in a nest of hens. So there were other eggs of hens, they were very small. The eagle's egg was really, really big. So when the mother hen came after some time, she was shocked to see such a big egg. She was wondering, how did I lay such a big egg? But she decided, anyway, this egg is in my nest, I will take care of this egg, like my baby. So over a period of time, all the other eggs hatched. But this big egg was not hatching only. Finally, after many, many weeks, this big egg hatched. And from it came a very ugly looking, bird. So the mother was not able to understand how it could be her baby. But she said, it's in my nest, I'll take care. So this eagle's baby started growing among hens. And it learned all the habits of hen. Pecking from the ground, grains, and it learned not to fly. All the habits of hen it learned. But it was growing in size every day. And very soon the eagle became a huge eagle, but it was behaving like a hen. And it was fighting with the other hens that were like exactly like a hen. There was one sadhu who came by and he saw this eagle behaving very strangely. And he realized what must have happened. So he decided to help this eagle. He picked up this eagle and took it on top of a mountain. And from top of the mountain he threw the eagle into the air. The eagle was really scared. He had never been to such a height. It got scared, it tried to flap its wings, but it didn't have confidence. And somehow it fell on the ground. This man went down again, picked up the eagle, again took it on top of the mountain. And this time, he turned the neck of the eagle towards the sky, towards the sun. The moment the eagle saw the sun, for the first time in its life, the eagle looked up. All this time it was looking down only, The moment the eagle saw the sun, he realized that's where I belong. And then this fellow threw the eagle. And the eagle started flying so high. It never ever came back again down. All of us, in one sense, are like this eagle. We belong to the sky, but we are on the ground, behaving like other hens. We don't even understand who we are. Spiritual quotient means understanding who you are, what is your real identity. The Gita speaks about how we are not this physical body, but we are spirit souls. So most people, whatever they do in their life, they do it thinking they are the body. So you look at all your friends, you look at all your colleagues, everyone around you, they are behaving as if they are the body only. All the habits that they have are in connection with the thought that I am this body, right? But spirituality helps you understand something deeper in life. Most people are running at the speed of the clock. Spirituality first helps you find direction. Like, suppose you are to go from here to Vasco. Now, you can go very, very fast without the maps and without knowing the roads. And it's going super fast. But if you go in the wrong direction, what's the point of going super fast, isn't it? There are a lot of people who are running very, very fast in life, but they don't know where they are running. What is the point of running so fast? After 30, 40 years of your life, you'll realize, hey, I've run so fast, but I've come in the wrong place. I don't want to be here. So spiritual quotient means run fast, but before that, ask where to run, which direction to run. Understand what your destination is, and then run. So this is a place where you can come and understand spirituality very well. So if you really see from these 5 quotients point of view, physical quotient I said about sleep, right? Importance of having good quality sleep. Then I spoke about emotional quotient, where I spoke about the importance of having community, having relationships with one another. Then I spoke about intellectual quotient, where we should not just look at intellectual pursuits, but along with intellectual quotient, balance it with emotional pursuit. So when you come to a place like ISKCON, you get to hear lectures. Now what you heard is for the last 40 minutes or so is for your intelligence, but it is giving direction to your intelligence. It is something that will help you channelize your intelligence in the right direction. And then we spoke about financial quotient, the 4 suggestions of Lakshmi Devi, and finally the spiritual quotient. So if you just come simply to programs like this, you'll get all 5. Really. First thing is, the moment you start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you'll get very good sleep. All your sleep problem will be solved the moment you start chanting. If you don't get sleep someday, start chanting. Pakka neend aayega. Guaranteed, time-tested process. The kind of friendships that you'll form here will be lifelong friendships. I've been connected to ISKCON for the last almost 25 years now. And the quality of friends that I've developed. Not just quality of friends, but also the trustable factor. Friends that you can actually trust. Friends that will stay with you during your tough times. Friends that are genuinely your well-wishers. You will never ever develop such friends in your life. Nowhere you will find. And you will develop such a powerful community. The kind of lectures that you will hear here, it will amaze you. Every single lecture that you will hear in ISKCON, it will increase your intelligence a lot. It will enhance your intellectual quotient. It will give you wow moments. I mean, I've been reading books and I've been hearing classes for the last 25 years. But every time I hear a lecture, I say, wow, what was that? I'm amazed. I'm always learning on a daily basis. Whenever I read books, I'm just so amazed by the knowledge that we get. So please come here and explore the intellectual quotient, the kind of knowledge that will really help you in your life. And I just give you some solid tips to develop your financial quotient also. So when you come here, you will actually have very good ideas how to develop at so many levels. The best place to network in the world is ISKCON. You have people from all over the world. And you will get such a solid network of very good people. From your business point of view, from your career point of view, somebody who doesn't have a job, we in our network we help them find jobs also. So practically from all aspects, you will find this as a community that will hold you together. So my request and suggestion to all of you all is that please take these classes very seriously, especially the spiritual quotient aspect. If every single day you can spend 5 to 10 minutes chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra. It's a very simple mantra, but it's a very, very powerful mantra. It will really help you enhance your connection with God. The mantra is very simple. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'll tell you a very interesting story. And this is a true story that happened many years back in Calcutta. Just to give you some inspiration, why to chant Hare Krishna. There was a young boy who attended a lecture of ISKCON somewhere in Calcutta. It was a big Padla program, hundreds of thousands of people were there, And this boy was very impressed with the teacher. He went to the devotees and he said, I want to meet this person. The devotee said, no, you can't meet him. He said, what should I do to meet him? They said, you have to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mantra, then you can meet him. This fellow started chanting that day only. He said, give me, I'll chant. Literally, he began the very next day, started 16 rounds. And eventually, of course, he met that person. But the story continues. This boy kept chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra. One day, he was sitting and chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. He suddenly heard a voice. The voice told him, sell all your shares. This fellow went to his father and told him, I was chanting And I heard a voice that told me, sell all our shares. The father said, stop chanting. The son said, no, nothing doing. I heard a voice, I want to sell. He forced his father, they went to the bank. And they met the bank manager. They told the bank manager, we want to sell all our shares. The bank manager said, I have been a bank manager for the last 25 years. I can tell you, this is now the time to sell shares, this is the time to buy. They didn't listen to him, they sold all their shares. The very next week, the Lehman Brothers collapsed. It was 2008. The biggest collapse, financial collapse in the history of mankind. And this family saved 7 crore rupees. The bank manager next day came running to their house. He said, which mantra are you chanting? Tell me here. He began to chant 60 crores. He said, I never got such tips in my life from anybody. The point is, when you chant the holy names of Krishna, Lakshmi Devi assists you. Lakshmi and Narayan, they have a very interesting combination. They go hand in hand. If somebody is only interested in Lakshmi, won't do. Become interested in Narayan. Lakshmi will automatically come to you to your life. So the point is, of course, that's not the reason we should chant Hare Krishna. That's a fringe benefit. That's like the extra thing that happens to you if you chant Hare Krishna. But the moment you connect with spirituality, a lot of good things happen in your life. So my suggestion to all of you all is that please come to these programs weekly. I mean, it's amazing to see so many of you all come on a weekend for this program. But my request to you all is that keep coming on a regular basis. I can guarantee you your life will transform. Consider this to be an experiment. 6 months. Experiment royally. 6 months every day for half an hour chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Simply chant for 6 months. If you want to know how to chant, you can come to us after class, we'll teach you. 6 months you chant Hare Krishna. And after 6 months you come and tell us that this process doesn't work. We'll give you some very big gift. We'll actually give you a big gift. Just come and tell us the process doesn't work. But after 6 months, if you actually feel the process works, something good has happened in your life. You should continue for the rest of your life. And I can guarantee you, no one will ever come back and say the process doesn't work. Simply try it as an experiment. There is no loss. It's only half an hour on a daily basis. But what you will gain is tremendous. There are people from practically every corner of the world that are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and experiencing great satisfaction and joy. So please join us and make your life happy and make your life complete. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody has any quick questions or comments? Yes, sir. Okay. I'll do one at a time, okay? Just give me. So the first question is the sleep thing, right? You're saying if somebody sleeps at 1 o'clock in the night and sleeps for 9 hours straight, that's what you're asking about, right? Okay. So what I was telling you was from the body clock point of view. See, there are people who try to fool the body clock, but you can't fool the way nature works, right? the way nature works, you can't change that. Sun rises at a particular time only, sun sets at a particular time only, right? If you look at the nature, the way the world works, like say for example, observe the birds. You will find the birds chirping, right? Early morning they start chirping, right? And the moment the sun sets, they all become quiet and sit in their homes, correct? Have you seen birds roaming around in the night? Never. You won't find animals roaming around in the night randomly. They will all sit quietly in one place. Now, there is something that we human beings should learn from nature also, isn't it? So if you look at the number of diseases, strange diseases that are coming up in human society, you will not find that kind of strange diseases happening in animal society. Correct? Am I right or wrong? Why? Because animals follow a particular law which is set by God, set by nature. But human beings meddle around with the law. So the moment you meddle around with the law, you will get reaction also. So if you say that I will do opposite and I want the same result, it won't happen. That's not the way human system is designed. The system is designed and followed in a particular way. If you don't follow the design, you will have repercussions. Cancer will come, corona will come, this will come, that will come. It keeps coming. So we have to follow the system. That's the first answer. The second question, what is the second question? Hare, a meaning, okay. So the word Hare refers to the energy of God. Shrimati Radharani, Sita, Durga, all these are energies of God. The word Hare comes from the word Hara, which refers to Shakti or energy. Krishna is the name of God. It means all attractive. And Rama is another name of God. It means the one who gives pleasure to the world. So the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a repetition of these three holy names. Hare, Krishna and Rama. And the way the Mahamantra, the entire Mahamantra, it means simply this. O Krishna, O Ram, O energy of God, please engage me in your service. That's what the mantra means, basically. So it's a mantra that has been given to us for this age of Kali. And it is a very, very effective mantra. So it's a request. So it's basically, it's a connection with God through the holy names. Just like you connect with anyone by taking names, right? Like say for example, you have a friend. And the friend calls you by your name. You feel good, right? If somebody calls you by your name, you feel nice, isn't it? So God also feels nice when we take His name, basically. So the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is simply taking the names of God and developing our connection with God. So God is our Father and we are His children. And whenever the parent hears his or her name being taken by the child says Papa, Mama, parent feels very good, right? So similarly, God feels very nice when we take His name. And that's why we chant His names. As simple as that. And as far as the third thing is concerned, if you don't understand the story, forget it. If you don't understand it, forget it. But it is, so I'm just giving you somebody's example of a devotee who has experienced something positive by chanting the holy names, basically. Now, that's not the reason we should chant. The reason we should chant is so that we develop our connection with God. So what he got is a fringe benefit. That is not even the main cause of chanting. Got it? So I'm just telling you that God helps in so many ways in our life. He can help in this way also. Like that I'm saying. Got it? Anything else? Any other questions or comments? Yes, sir. So I didn't talk about attachment. I talked about being a part of a community. Yeah. Yeah, got it. So basically now, emotions don't have to lead to attachment. See, the problem with us is that we think that emotion means attachment. That's not what emotion means. I'll explain what emotion means in my understanding. Emotion means that you start understanding other people better. It's called emotional awareness. Like say for example, a person comes to office late, okay, and there's a meeting going on. and this person entering 10 minutes late in the meeting. The leader, the boss, he looks at this person enter. He immediately passes a comment. You know what he says? He says, "Oh Maharaj, please come. We are waiting for you only." What happened just now? He passed a sarcastic comment. What do you think that fellow must have felt? Must have felt bad, right? And there's a good chance that fellow had a good reason why he's late. This person didn't bother to hear his reason. He just passed a comment. And that hurt his emotions, correct? So now, if I was an emotionally aware person, I would have first tried to find out why he is late. That's called emotional awareness. Correct, they go hand in hand. So emotional awareness means not only being aware of your own emotions, but also being aware of other people's emotions. Correct. It's called empathy, it is called emotional awareness, it is called social awareness, it is called, critical thinking, whatever you want you can call it. But trying to understand what another person is trying to say is what emotional intelligence is about. And that is the root, that is the most important thing for successful relationships. Emotions don't mean necessarily attachments only. It means awareness. So I was talking more from the awareness point of view. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is like that. But we have to be balanced in our approach. Yes? Any other questions or comments? Great. It's been a great pleasure and honor to be with all of you all. Thank you very much for coming here. And yes. Hare Krishna or? Krishna. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel like chanting, Krishna or Krishna is fine. It's up to you. Krishna, God. देखिए हाँ कृष्णा द्रौपदी का भी नाम है. तो कैसा है आप भगवान का नाम ना आप कैसे भी प्रोनाउंस करो भगवान समझ जाएंगे, है ना. मतलब किसी का जो है प्रोनाउंसिएशन बराबर नहीं होता है तो लेकिन भगवान समझ जाते हैं क्योंकि भगवान जो है उनको भावग्राही जनार्दन बोलते हैं. वो आपके भाव को लेते हैं, आपकी जो त्रुटियां हैं कमियां हैं उसको छोड़ देते हैं, उसको नजरअंदाज कर देते हैं. तो आप जो भाव में आपको जब करना है कीजिए, वो भाव को स्वीकार करते हैं. Great. Thank you very much. Such a pleasure being with all of you all. Please keep coming for these programs. Very, very important for your overall development. You will not understand the effect and the power of being in these programs now. But 5 years, 10 years down the line, you will see a massive difference in your life. And that's when you will really be grateful for coming to these programs. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you all soon another time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we are very thankful to His Grace Shubhavilas Prabhu for giving such a wonderful class. So we will express our gratitude by loudly chanting in our traditional way 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Some announcements for today's program. So we have a book table. Prabhuji has authored more than 30 books which are very powerful books which connect to our ancient scriptures. So it is an opportunity for you all to buy those books. So you can visit our book stall, book table, where you will get. Apart from this, those who are came first time for this program can rise up in their places. Those who have come first time, yeah, please. First time you can rise, and please. So we welcome you all for our Prerna festival, and this festival happens every month, once in a Saturday every month. So keep coming, and we pray to His Lordship Radha Madhav that you can Lord can bestow His mercy to you all. And also you will get a gift at the bookstore. So you collect your gift from book table. after this program. So now you can be seated. After this, we will have a small drama, and after that, we'll have a small kirtan and of course prasadam. So one more announcement is that every Thursday we have a regular youth program. So that program also you can all attend. Hare Krishna.